All right. What's going on? What's going on, Earth energy? This is going to be a general reading for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. First of all, I want to say peace and blessings to you and yours. I hope all is well with everybody. This is going to be a general reading for the Earth sign collective, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Happy Chinese New Year to those who celebrate. The new year was February 17th. It is now the year of the horse. So you may want to do a little research to find out what year you are and how you relate to this horse year and what you may need to look towards in reference to the arrival of the horse year. Also, happy birthday to the sun sign Pisces collective. It is now Pisces season. So sending peace and love and blessings to them in their solar return. So make sure you show some love to your favorite Pisces sun sign. All right. And make sure you check out where Pisces is in your chart because that energy is highlighted now, especially with the fact that we're in Pisces season and the nodes are in Pisces Virgo axis and they're about to move within the next 2 weeks or so into the Aquarius Leo axis. So there's a lot of energy going on with Pisces, okay? So check out where that is in your chart. And please don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you'll know when I post because I just did water, air, and fire. And I'm, of course, working on earth now. But once I'm done with earth, I'm going to start working on the individual signs. So I want you to be able to catch them, when I post them or just be alerted so that you know, okay, she posted. I'm not able to watch it now, but I'll be able to check it out later when I'm riding home from work or what have you. All right. So hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when the videos that you're interested in will be posted. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. Earth Sign Collective. We're looking at your personal private thoughts right here. Um, for this column, this is your personal private thoughts. The middle column represents your career, money, and finance. And then this third column here represents your love life, social life, and family life. Okay. The rows, the top row represents the current situation in each of those areas. The middle row represents the challenge you might be dealing with. And then the bottom row represents a solution you may want to implement or perspective you may want to consider to resolve the challenge. All right. So let's get into it. Let's start with your personal private thoughts for the Earth Sign Collective towards Virgo Capricorn for Pisces season 2025, 2026. Current situation is a little precious one here, little baby. Challenge is confusion. Possible solution to quell that challenge would be to tap into the opposition energy, which talks about balance. So opposing energy, opposition is opposing. So opposing forces. So how do you find balance between the opposing forces? So the current situation is childlike infant energy. So I don't know. Somebody may be trying to figure out how to balance family dynamics in reference to bringing a child into the world on a physical level, right? Maybe you already have children and you're going to make room for another one, or maybe you're considering having children, or maybe you already have a child and you're trying to balance it all. Um, maybe you're in a relationship where, one person wants a child and another one does not, or maybe they both want children, but it's just the timing. Maybe somebody wants it now and somebody's like, nah, let's wait a couple years. It just depends, right? And if this is not about a baby, this could be about a new venture, a new idea, giving birth to something brand new. But you may want a new beginning and you're confused as to how to get this new beginning off the ground. And a possible solution would be to look at what is opposing you and see how you can work with it, right? Turning lemons into lemonade, so to speak. Okay, so let's get some clarity and see what we're working with here. Tell me about this baby energy, this new energy, new life, robbery. Ooh, okay. So somebody may be concerned that the newness of something, the beginning of something, is being taken from them, their childhood. Maybe you're concerned about the taken from you at a young age for whatever reason. That could be get some more clarity out here to see what else comes out in reference to the confusion. Yeah, so it could have been that your childhood was taken from you. Okay, and you're trying to figure out how to sort that out emotionally. Some of you could be working on healing your childhood trauma, and you're trying to figure out how the best way to go about this. And if you look at the confusion card, you see how these arrows are just all over the place. Like it could be like a ball of yarn, right? And it's just all tangled up and trying to figure out where do I begin to get all of this, you know, unraveled? How do I begin to get this unraveled, right? And you could be confused about how to start, or how to approach a situation. Like, I know there's a problem here. I understand that it has to be resolved, but I just don't know where to begin. I just don't know how to begin to tackle it. Which angle should I tackle it from, right? What makes sense, it's going to be a process, but it's just like, okay, well, how do I do it? So then the confusion energy is for with the card called bald pits. This is a nostalgia card. Nostalgia means the past. So there could be some confusion about the past. So maybe your childhood was robbed. Uh, um, and the thing is you don't know how it happened. So maybe part of the resolution and healing would be for you to know as much as you can about the situation so that you could, start to resolve it, right? But there could be some opposition there. So you may get pushback in reference to asking questions about things that happen, or you may not get all the information, or it could be lies, right? So just know that there's opposition here, and you're going to have to, figure out how to work with that. Okay? And what the universe is telling you to do to work with that, this is the King of Pentacles. So this could be, maybe hiring a professional to do so. Okay, that professional could be anybody, like blue collar work. Okay, is the King of Pentacles. So this could be an investigator, a doctor. No, actually, yeah, a doctor could be blue collar because he deals with the physical. So a lawyer, an attorney, an accountant, somebody who is of service oriented work as well with the pentacle energy here. All right, but let's get more clarity on this and see what's going on with this robbery. Tell me what that means in reference to the new opportunity or the childhood. The moon in reverse wanted to come out, but it went back in. We have the King of Cups. Okay, so this is emotion. Okay, the King of Cups is a very emotional, is emotionally balanced individual. So this is about getting your emotions balanced. All right. Being able to look at a situation where emotion is required, but not overdoing it or not underdoing it. Giving just enough emotional to empathize and sympathize. All right. So we got the King of Pentacles and the King of Cup here. So to me, the King of Cup is the energy of, okay, hey, I'm coming to you under the energy of just understand, you know, because Scorpionic energy is the King of Cup energy, and that's an energy of merging of two different energies and becoming one. Okay, so somebody may also feel like someone got them pregnant intentionally and did not consider their feelings or their emotions. That happens a lot of times. People get pregnant basically because, well, sometimes people get pregnant because there's no discussion, but the other party just decides, okay, well, I want to have a baby by you for whatever their personal reasons are, and as a result, that does occur. Okay, so the thing is somebody is confused about this. With the pit balls. Let me get the book too. What did I do with the book? I don't even know what I did with that book. Let me see if I can find the book real quick, because to see what the definition of that is. Oh, here it is. So nostalgia deals with the past. So this could have happened in the past, or this is something about your childhood. Okay. And it talks about jubilant, overjoyed, and ecstatic. So somebody could be pregnant, and they're wondering, they're confused about it. Or they may have a baby on the way and they're confused about it. It's just like overjoyed, confused, jubilant. So that's where the confusion lies. It's like maybe somebody's like, well, I should be happy because a child's coming into the world. Children are a blessing, but at the same time, this is not the environment that I want. or this is the situation in which I wanted it, or maybe you couldn't have children. We're looking at how it relates, how it reflects back, how to interact, how to confront, making conscious, manifesting, disciplining, conflicts with, tests, objectify, or calls out. So somebody may want to call someone out uh, because of something that was done unexpectedly, or because somebody felt robbed. So this was done without someone's permission, without someone's consent. Okay, so and if it's not about a baby and it's an idea, okay, that somebody brought into the mix, somebody else brought this to you, okay, or presented this situation to you, and you're kind of overwhelmed about it, and you're feeling uncomfortable about it, and now you want to oppose it because with the King of Pentacles you want to confirm, solidarity. You want to make sure that there's an understanding here. All right, you want to make sure that all the T's are dotted. I mean, all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, and this is going to be something that's long term and that you're going to commit to, right? All right, so let's take a look and see what this confusion in reference to this nostalgia is about. This one, thank you for that. The Knight of Cups came out. Okay, so we got the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So there's a situation here where there is, it could be that finding out the child that he thought was his isn't, and one is finding out that he has a child that he didn't know about. Okay. Also, going on is that somebody may have tried to get someone pregnant or gotten pregnant by someone, but the intentions are not to stay around. They're not to stick around. Somebody maybe doesn't want to have a child. Somebody may not want to be a father, okay, or may not want to be a mother. Is what I'm getting here. But it's like I just feel like somebody has been taken advantage of. Somebody's bamboozled about a child, or somebody may have changed their mind. That could be a deal breaker in a relationship. Children, children and money are definitely deal. Religious beliefs and political affiliations are a lot of times what breaks relationships up and marriages up. And I feel like for somebody here, again, somebody is feeling that they have been taken advantage of, and the outcome has not been justified, and somebody's trying to make sense of it. Yeah, with the sun energy, this is about someone trying to make sense and bring light to a situation. This could also be about someone having a child, having a son. Okay. Tell me more about the sun energy. Okay, the Three of Swords came out. Hmm. So I'm just getting the energy of someone dealing with a finagler. This is a man who is like, okay, well, you're going to have my baby anyway. This could be a man who has three other children by other women. And maybe showing favoritism to this particular one because this one's a son, and opposed to the other ones maybe being daughters, or being by other people that maybe he just doesn't clearly like or doesn't want to be with. You could be someone who has a child by this man, and then he's gone off and left you to be with someone else and have a child with someone else, or he's gone off to take care of someone else who has already has children, and these children are not his, but he goes over there and pretends to be a father, or does partake in the father figure role over there, but yet he has his own son here that he's not doing anything for. Men do that too sometimes. A lot of times, the reality, the harsh reality is that a lot of women don't understand is that sometimes a man will treat you the way they'll treat your child the way they feel about you. Sometimes, not all the time. But sometimes if the man don't like you, he may not, be as affectionate to your child, and opposed to him dealing with someone that he really likes, And that child might not even be his with the one he really likes, but he just likes that woman. So he's going to be more affectionate and more attentive to that child than his own flesh and blood. And that just happens sometimes. Women don't understand that, but if you understand male psychology, you would understand it. You know, I understand it. So this could be something that's going on here. So for some of you, you may have met a man who uh, is asking you to have a child with him, but yet he has other children and he may not be taking care of them, or you may not even know about the other children. There could also be energy of an abortion here. Somebody may have decided that they're not going to have a child because they got pregnant under false pretenses. So, for example, there could be a woman who decides, okay, I'm not having this child, and I already told him I'm not interested in having a child, but yet he, decided to go to the club anyway. Telling him that I'm having this child and I'm going to, have an abortion. So that could be the case here. Also, there could be an energy of miscarriages here. Okay. Maybe somebody thought that they couldn't get pregnant. Maybe somebody had surgery, had a vasectomy, or had their tubes tied, or, however the procedure is, whatever the terminology is for the procedures. And now they find out that they're pregnant. So they could be going back to the doctor like, yo, you told me I couldn't get pregnant, or, you told me that I got my tubes tied, or, I had a vasectomy. How is it that I'm having a child? Or somebody could be dealing with someone and this person is saying, hey, I'm pregnant. But yet you as the man, you know that it ain't possible because it ain't by you, because you got a vasectomy. So there's a lot going on here in reference to the confusion and the people sleeping with one another and that type of thing. And with this yeah, jubilant, overjoyed, and ecstatic. So it could very well be that somebody may feel like, um, I was told I couldn't have children and now I have them, so I think I want to go ahead and have them. I want to have this child. So it's a variation of different things going on here in reference to a child. It's a new idea. Okay. For some of you, perhaps you're trying to do something new and you may have felt like someone, pulled a rug from underneath you. Like someone stole an opportunity for you. Maybe you expressed something or didn't even express it. You were going to do something. Whether you expressed it or not, whoever came in and took the opportunity and said, hey, I'm doing such and such, and you could be confused about that. Um, and maybe you were pretending to be, well wishing of this person, but in reality, this person may have stolen your idea. Or this person took a scenario or situation that you were considering and they made it theirs. And it's like now you have to, you have to get over it, or it's been exposed that this is what this person or what they're trying to do. All right. So this is just a general overview of scenarios that could be going on. I try to explain scenarios and situations. Now, what I explain may not be exactly your scenario situation, but the reality of someone taking something from you, right, without your permission, or you not realizing that something is going on and now it's being presented to you and you don't know how to feel about it. Or, there's somebody who has a problem with what you're dealing with and, they have mixed emotions about it. That could be the case as well. But just a general understanding of what's going on in your private personal thoughts for the earth energy. Let's move on to career, money, and finance. Now, I wish you the best in this situation. So with career, money, and finance, we're dealing with the current situation being the house. The challenge is that you could be overwhelmed in reference to the housing situation that you're involved in, or maybe you work in the housing or real estate industry. Possible solution to consider or would be to tap into the fourth house, the roots. So we got two scenarios or situations to deal with the home. The fourth house deals with the home. It deals with your roots, your heritage, where you grew up, in reference to your family itself, right? So for some of you, maybe you're considering going into business with family members, okay? Or maybe you're considering doing work from home, all right? Maybe you work in the real estate industry, but let's get some clarity and see what this is telling us here with career, money, and finance. Tell me about this house. Yeah, we have family that popped out, okay? So this could be about going into business with family. or doing something. It could be multitasking. So some of you may have children that stay at home and you're trying to work from home as well. So it could be that you're feeling overwhelmed by that. Yeah, because look at everything that this person is trying to juggle. You know what I'm saying? So it could be you trying to juggle home, career, uh, keeping the house clean, taking care of the family, working from home. Could be a lot going on here. Yeah, and so the challenge is the overwhelmed energy. So when we're talking about the environment and we're talking about rivers, rivers reflects steady, gradual, and patient. So somebody is having a hard time balancing everything. Like their patience is running thin because they're becoming overwhelmed. All right. So a possible solution would be to tap into the fourth house energy, the roots. So this talks about family, home, background, comfort, world, real estate, shelter, self care, rejuvenation, habits, and shell. Let's see what we got with this. So, okay, we have the Ace of Cups. Huh. So, for some of you, you may be overwhelmed with your household responsibilities. It could very well be that you might need some help. So, if you have family members that are participating in this household, maybe assigning chores and responsibilities, different responsibilities to other family members will help to quell the energy of being overwhelmed. Some of you may be trying to do everything yourself and you don't have support, you don't have help for whatever reason. Maybe your children are too young. Maybe your partner, if you have one, is just feeling like, yo, well, that's your role. Everything that go on in the house is your role. I don't know. Let's get some clarity on this. Career, money, and finance. Oh, I don't want this card. This deck. I want this deck. Talk about this family. Please. Oh, the tower came out in reverse. Hmm. So this is someone who's ignoring their own personal needs, putting it over the family. Hmm. Interesting. Now, this is like work life, home life balance energy is what I'm getting here. A lack thereof. Yeah, see, here's the Two of Swords. Trying to figure out the best way to go about doing it. Yep. And then as far as the solution here, this is about taking care of your health. Yeah, the Five of Pentacle energy in reverse. So somebody definitely needs to take care of their heart health. Okay. Is what I'm getting here too. Somebody's stressing themselves out. Definitely. Tell me about this tower energy in reverse. Somebody's doing everything they possibly can to try to keep everything together, but it's at the expense of your own. Yeah, see with the chariot energy in reverse. This is the tower energy in reverse. So Aries energy and Cancerian energy in reverse. Lack of self care. Okay, and this is a major turning point because these are major arcanas. Trying to keep up, everything and not being able to. Trying to avoid letting something go or letting something get out of hand. Yeah, here's the Knight of Pentacles. Like this is all about putting things in order, prioritizing, organizing. So there's a lack of organization here. So it's like basically it's saying, okay, you have a lot to do. You got a lot of responsibilities. So you just need to be more organized and structured with it, is what's going on here. And that's what's not happening. So that is what needs to take place. So doing everything like when I grew up, when I was growing up, my mom was a single parent. There was three of us. She worked two jobs. So just imagine having three children. You have to take care by yourself, and then you got to work two jobs. Well, she did a damn excellent job of that because my mother was very disciplined, very organized, very structured. Like we had certain responsibilities that we had to do when we came in. When we came in from school, we were latchkey kids. So those of you who don't know what that means, is like we were home for like an hour before my mom got home from work. So we had to come in, change out of our school clothes, put on play clothes. We could eat a snack. We had certain foods that we had that we would be able to eat for snack. We had to have our homework done. So by the time my mom got home an hour later, if our homework was done, we were able to maybe go outside until dinner was ready. My mom would make us dinner, that. We had a certain time. There was no just staying. No, you had to get your clothes out for the next, right? Have that ironed and ready. What are you wearing tomorrow? Get all that shit out. And then we had to take baths after, we came in from running around, we had dinner, then we had to take our baths, right? So you bathed at night. You took your shower or your bath at night. Then when you got up in the morning, because we only had one bathroom and it was four of us. So when we got up in the morning, all we had to do was spend 15, 20 minutes each in the bathroom getting ourselves together because we did our heavy bathing at night. Our clothes were already ironed and out for the next day. Like, this is basically looks like somebody just needs some structure in the household. Yeah, so we have the hermit energy in period. Point. That's what this is all about here. Yeah, and then that would look at the Wheel of Fortune came out after that. Once you get organized and get structured, things will get better. Okay, so if your children are of age where they could do chores around the house, make them do chores around the house. This is the Three of Pentacles energy in reverse. Exactly. So if they want money for shit and they want, hey, I need to, we all had assignments. For 1 week, one person had the living room. You got to keep the living room up clean all week. Okay, you had to somebody was assigned to the kitchen. You had to sweep and mop the kitchen floor and do the dishes for a whole week. Somebody was assigned to the bathrooms. You had to keep the bathrooms clean for a whole week. You know, um, we get up with you, so now you as a parent, you don't got to worry about that because you got your kids doing their part. They gonna want money for something, so make them earn it, right? So for some of you, this is what this is resonating with. Now, if this is not about family and children, well, it says family here. So for some of you, that's basically what this is. Okay, it's just having an organized home front because some of you may work from home and you're trying to do everything. Now, for others of you, you're trying to manage home and work and you're just overwhelmed. So, yeah, structure is needed. Okay. So, with that being said, hopefully you got something out of that. And I wish you the best with that. We'll move on to what's going on in your family life, love life, social life. So, the current situation for your family life, love life, social life is the French fries. The challenge is there's an energy of panic here. A possible solution to resolve that would be to tap into the sextile energy. And the sextile energy is, or semi sextile, that is allowing what is to naturally be. Okay. Let's talk about these French fries here. What is this about? Family life, love life, and social life. Some of you may have a family restaurant, or maybe you're trying to open a family restaurant. Um, but we have a stop energy. So I'm getting somebody may be overeating high processed foods, high carbs. Okay. And the challenge is that they're panicking about it because maybe somebody is trying to figure out how to curtail their appetite. Okay. That could be the case here, but tell me what this panicky energy is about here. Why is there panic here in reference to French fries, fast food, carbs? We have the nostalgia energy again. We're talking about the past, mood rings. Okay, so for some of you, um, your family life, your love life, or your social life, it's a trigger for you. Okay, um, or maybe when you hang out with your friends or your family, or y'all just always eat certain types of food, and that could be what the issue is. So maybe it relates to this. So maybe for some of you, because you're so overwhelmed in the household and responsibilities, you don't really have time to cook, so you order out. Okay, and you eat out. So this is basically explaining to you here where there's something that has to be done in reference to that. Tell me about this allowing energy as far as a resolution. With allowing, it says encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, give hope to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, grows, realizes, and rewards. Okay, so yeah, this is all about just figuring out what works best for you. And then here is the Two of Swords showing up again. So it is here in a different deck here. So the challenge is trying to figure out how to make things balance, making tough decisions, figuring out what you need to do. All right. Not being blinded to what the reality of the situation is, right? And allowing that to direct your path to resolution. Okay. Tell me about the stop. So for some of you, it's about eating, how you were raised, how you eat, you know, fast food. But if it's a restaurant industry or going into business with family, like I said, for some of you, this is what this is, going into business with family. Okay. But you could be overwhelmed by it because it's like, you know, it could just be an energy of people and how they get along and how they relate versus, you know, the personal, private, family dynamics versus the business dynamics. So there could be some issue here. The Page of Cups flew right out over top of the stop energy. So yeah, this is about emotional eating, is what I'm getting for some of you. Emotional eating, yeah, your mood, you're being triggered. Whenever you get nervous or get frustrated or you're overwhelmed, you may, you know, look for comfort in certain types of food. But the thing is that you're gonna have to change that. The Wheel of Fortune is showing up again here as well. Okay. So this is all about changing the circumstances to benefit you. That's the challenge here. Some of you, you are able to do it, but then when you know the moon, you know your mood gets a certain way, and I'm getting because this is the card that's on top. While I was looking at that, this card is on top on this deck, the eclipse energy. So that eclipse energy is coming up. So for some of you, you're going through this temporarily because we're approaching the eclipse season. I believe the eclipse is on March 3rd, where the nodes change from Pisces, Virgo to Aquarius, Leo. Let me just see when the eclipse is. So, when is the solar eclipse? We actually had the solar eclipse occur a week ago, right? And then the lunar eclipse is coming up. So, let's see, 2026. Yeah, the solar eclipse. Oh, okay, hold on. A partial solar eclipse is on March 29th. Oh, that was 2025. Forget, let me look up 2026. Sorry about that. Give me one sec. I know it's coming up soon. Hold on. I thought it was in March. Um, all right, lunar eclipse. The blood moon, yeah, March 3rd. Okay. Today is February 21st. March 3rd is 2 Tuesdays from now, 3 Tuesdays from now. Actually, 2 Tuesdays from now. So 2 weeks from now. So you're feeling these energies. So you, what the universe is saying is don't beat yourself up about this. You gotta just let it be. You know, with the two of sword energy here, just be conscious of it and just know that, you know, some of you, you're like wondering why your emotions are all over the place. It's because of this lunar eclipse. So some of you are being affected by that. So you're gonna have to, you know, pay attention to it, be mindful of it, be as disciplined, because that's another thing that's coming up again, disciplined energy. Be as disciplined as you can about it, but just know that this is why you're feeling this way. This is why you're having a more difficult time controlling your appetite than normal. Yeah, so here's the Two of Cups. Hmm. Now, as far as the Two of Cups is concerned, that's I believe, the moon in Cancer. So, the lunar, again, moon. And then we have eclipse energy. This card is right on top on this deck. So, for some of you, this is what this is. There's emotional eating here. Okay. For others of you, has to do with family or love. Again, it's just everything that's going on with your family life, your love life, your social life, is being exacerbated by the lunar energies that are in transition. So we are changing lunar nodes. Not only are we dealing with a solar eclipse, we're changing nodes. We're leaving the Pisces Virgo axis and going into the Aquarius Leo axis on March 3rd. So a lot of lunar emotional transformation, a lot of hormonal, you know, so some of you could be dealing with hormonal issues as well. Um, your monthly cycles may be a little bit different or more, more intense. So you could be eating a lot more. Fellas, be gentle with your your girls and your wives during this transformative energy. Women are very sensitive to this energy. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune energy here. Yeah, so this is all about trying to change the trajectory of things, trying to make things work in your favor. So just be patient with your ladies, at this time. But this can affect you too, fellas. Another moon energy. I can't make this shit up. You see me shuffle. You see me shuffle. Okay? So things are working in your favor, or, yeah, Two of Pentacles trying to balance everything. Okay? Trying to balance your money, your finances, because we got a lot of twos here. Okay? So it's all about balance, looking at both perspectives. All right? So that's what we got with that. So now I do wish you the best with that. Let's talk about some divine timing cards. See what kind of divine timing comes out. And this divine timing cards can relate to any of these scenarios, or it may not. It just could be that none of this related to you. I throw out a divine timing card, and that card sparks something for you in reference to maybe a decision you were trying to make. All right, so just take things like that. Don't take everything literal. All right. So we have April and we have Taurus season. So they can coincide because Taurus season starts in April, at the end of April, like April 19th, April 20th, April 21st, into May. Okay. I believe. Yeah. Taurus starts at the end of April. So you got April Tauruses and May Tauruses. So, and then you also have last summer. So any of these scenarios or situations, Taurus season may be prevalent, April may be prevalent, and then last summer may be prevalent. Or it may not have anything to do with them at all, okay? Take what resonates. Let's see what's going on with your money, Earth energy. So any extra money you have coming in besides what you normally have coming in, what's that? Where's that coming from? And any additional funds that you spend outside of your normal expenditures, what are you spending it on? Let's see. All right, so celebrating a birthday and anniversary, okay, for some of you. So you could be spending money on that. Family members, friends, okay, birthday, anniversary, um, what have you. Boys and girls night out. So some of y'all gonna be going out with your friends, having fun. And then we also have some investment opportunities. So some of you may be considering doing things with your money, diversifying your income. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. All right, so we got that going on here. What else do we need to tell the earth signs? What else do they need to know and be considerate of or concerned about? All right, we have anxious energy here. So somebody's anxious. Again, it could just be um, pregnancy, it could be monthly cycles, menstruation, premenopausal to menopausal, um, overeating, like the hormones, the uh, prevalent for people in this time frame. We have jaded, so somebody could be very frustrated and angry about their experiences, and so that energy might be highlighted because of these eclipse energies. Okay, and then we have intellect. So this is who has knowledge about a situation, and so now they're better able to deal with it because they have some intel or information. All right, and so they're trying to, for some of you, this is a very emotional time, so you may want to know, because you know that now, and you may know that, why do I feel like this? I got up like that this morning. I'm like, damn, why am I feeling like this? I'm like, oh yeah, the eclipse is coming. Okay. So, with the intelligence, knowing that, okay, I might be feeling out of sorts, and then I could be feeling a little anxious. There could be some people around me who are angry or jaded, or maybe I might feel that way about something. I don't know. Happened yet, but it has a lot to do with the changing of the lunar energy. Okay, so let's be patient with one another, do our best to be anyway, because we already know, we are in the know. You and I are in the know. We know that the lunar, those of you who are astrologically inclined, we know that this has a major effect on people's behavior and energy, right? If the moon can cause major tides in the ocean, have you ever been out on a boat in the ocean where there's no land around you? Do you know how humbling that shit is? If you've never experienced it, it's nothing like it. So if you've experienced it, you know the power of the moon because you know the power of the ocean. That shit is overwhelming. So if the moon can cause major riptides in the sea and the ocean, just imagine how it's affecting us with the we're like a little drop in the ocean. So just imagine how it's affecting us hormonally, just emotionally, just something you want to consider. Okay, somebody could be dealing with someone who's watching online. Okay, be careful of your investment opportunities and going online and doing this. This could be somebody targeting you. Okay, so just be careful what you're doing online. We have introvert or extrovert. Okay, so this could be about someone going out, girls' night, boys' night out, hanging out and having some fun and maybe releasing some steam. That could be a good way to help to combat these energies as well. Okay, or you just may notice some people acting a little bit more outwardly than normal. Okay, or than usual. We won't say normal because normal is an illusion. What's normal to the spider is chaos to the fly, right? So there's nothing that's technically normal. It's just a matter of what has been a pattern and then it shifts and changes. Friend came out. So for some of you, maybe hanging out with your friend might help you out, or hanging out with some friends might help you out. For others of you, maybe you don't want to hang out with a friend. Maybe there's somebody who, hmm, so I'm getting the energy too of some of y'all. Somebody may ask you out on a date, want to ask you out and take you out on a date. It could be somebody who's a friend. That's where you get that boys and girls night out, but then they may confess to you, or you may find out that you guys have, a romantic inclination towards each other, something like that. Or maybe this is you starting off as friends and then someone wanting to take things to the next level. Is another thing getting here. Um, It could be that somebody's trying to find out information about you too, as well. I don't know what the benefit of it is. It don't seem like it might not be. I don't know if it's good or bad, but just be leery. If your intuition is telling you that you need to be alert to something, this is what I was telling the air sign reading people. All of you should check out all of the elements because you got all elements in your chart. For those of us who are astrologically inclined, you know to do so. But for those who are just being introduced to astrology, um, you know, you're not just a sun sign, blah, blah, blah. You have every sign in your chart. Okay. Whether you have a planet there or not is irrelevant. When a planet goes through there in real time, that particular area of your chart that doesn't have a planet there natally is still being highlighted. Okay. So you are every sign. Okay. So you want to check out all of the elemental readings, the air, the fire, the earth, the water, to get a full, whole perspective of what you could be experiencing during Pisces season. All right. So let's take a look at love. Second chance. So there's somebody who may be wanting to come back towards you. Okay. This could be somebody who wants to ask you out again, and you might be feeling like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Or you may have a vibe that this person is trying to allude to getting back in good with you again. Okay. You just definitely want to your um use your discretion. Okay. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. So some of you, like I said, you could be going through some emotions at this time. Check out the air reading because that was one where somebody was going through some changes in reference to a um, but maybe just want to lean on your friends because support and friends comes out here, okay, and boys and girls out. So some of you, maybe you need to hang out with your friends. Maybe it'd be good therapy for you to hang out with your friends. So this would be an opportune time for those of you those blessings in your life to connect with your friends and get together and in support of another friend. So maybe you two have friend, maybe it's two of you, three, four of you in a friend group, and two of you are really going through something. Maybe it would be good for all of you to just get together and just, make each other laugh and uplift each other's spirits and just let each other know that you're there for support. Vulnerability, because somebody could be feeling very vulnerable right now. and especially in reference to an old relationship trying to recycle its way back around. You know, when we're dealing with lunar eclipse energy, which is what we're doing on March, dealing with on March 3rd, that is letting go of something. Okay, so somebody could be having a difficult time letting go of a relationship. They know they have to let go of it, they're doing it, but it's just, it's just having a hard time, dealing with it. So this is where friends and family would be, a great support system if you have it. If you don't have friends and family, just be careful not to overindulge in eating. Some people are doing that, but just know, even if you do, just be mindful of it and just understand that the eclipse energy may exacerbate it a bit. So you're just like, damn, I just feel like I will calm down, but just be aware. Best to use discipline. It's nothing wrong with indulging in it. Everything in moderation. Okay, you can have the cake, you can have the fries. You just can't have cake and fries every day. You understand what I'm saying? So it could be the energy of someone feeling trapped with their feelings, an environment, a job, a relationship, what have you. That could be why somebody is feeling jaded. Okay, and may need support from their friends and family at this time. Also have daydreaming. So we're talking about head in the clouds, delusions, hopes, and dreams. So somebody could be looking at something from a very disillusioned perspective, okay, in reference to wanting a second chance or getting back into something that they know is not going to work for them. And speaking of which, some people need to burn bridges, or maybe somebody has already burned bridges. That could be the case here too, but that's a theme showing up here. Lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. Okay, so I don't know if some of you are dealing with this with disloyal friends, okay, or disloyal lover, or disloyal family members. But somebody may want to come back around. They may be trying to play on your vulnerability. And this is where you have to use intellect instead of emotion. Okay? I'm feeling here with the intellect and don't allow people to play on your emotions. Okay? So, earth energy, that's what I got for you guys. I hope that you were able to get something out of that. Again, happy birthday to the sun sign Pisces, celebrating their solar return this season, and happy Chinese New Year to those who celebrate. We are now in the year of the horse. So, again, you may want to do some research on that, see what Chinese astrology represents for you in reference to what animal you represent and how you will be doing in this horse year. All right. So, Earth signs, I wish you the best. Thank you for checking out the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you'll know when I start posting the signs for air. For Pisces season, I'm going to start doing those maybe tonight and into tomorrow. All right. I'm not really sure exactly when I'm going to start, but I'll have them done by the end of the week, I think. All right. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys shortly. I wish you the best. And until next time, peace